Hello, viewers. Thanks all for watching these success stories. I'm sure you're super excited for the year 2024. There were a lot of speculations that 2024 PMI exam question paper will change. For information, nothing has changed. It follows the same pattern. For that, we have many evidences. One of that is going to be the great success person in front of me right now, Hitesh, who cleared a PMP recently. So first, congratulations, Hitesh, for this great achievement.
Thank you so much, Shri. Yes, I'm extremely delighted, sitting in
Excited.
front of you, along with you, having this success story. And thanks to you and your amazing support. The platform, the comprehensive things that have got
Great.
really made that possible.
Nice to know. Nice to know. That's so humble you are. I know that how much of effort you have put there. First, before we get there, little background. Where are you from and what you do?
Sure. So I'm from pharma background. I had very little knowledge of Agile, but of course, when I joined this course, I started to knowing about Agile. I thought some kind of a space thing that is I have never heard about, but but when I started reading the concepts, I thought that yes, we have been doing part there and all in the process in the projects that have been involved, but we are not very thorough with the terminology. So it
Okay.
was good to understand those concepts. I do have approximate 17 years plus experience in the project, in
That's
the total years of experience. But yes,
very good.
the PMI scope of work is it's very detailed, so it was very helpful.
Perfect. Perfect. Good. Good. You don't look 17 years experience, man. I thought you were a young chap just out of the college. Okay, jokes apart. So Nitesh want to talk two things primarily for the people who are listening this video. Of course, we have many topics. Two key is what to read and related to the books. And you want to talk about time management, which is one of the critical thing for the examination. So books and time management you want to cover. You want to give some hints on that. Before even you go there, so Hitesh, first question to you. When you started listening the class, I know it's online classes, were you able to connect with the subject? Because you come from the pharma background, you have 17 years of experience. Definitely, we would have followed some methodologies in our companies where we worked. When we listen the PMI model of management, are you able to connect with the subject?
Yes, absolutely. So it was half and half for me. I was able to connect to 50% of the portion because uh, wherever we go, wherever we work in the industry, the process relatively is the same.
Mm,
However, the PMI does focus on how the process needs to be done, uh, plus what is the right approach that needs to be done.
mm,
So I had to disconnect my learning, what was not correct as per the
mm,
PMI standards, and then I had to reconnect again what
mm,
is as per the PMI standards. So it was again a very good learning experience for me.
mm,
um, and the process and the people business management, all three domains, it's amazing to go through the details. So it was less challenging for me because I had that background. I had different
mm.
scenarios. I have been part of small and large project both. I have
Nice.
led large projects as well in pharma domain. So
Okay.
that really helped me because when you are going through the subject, when you're reading through the subject or even listening the classes,
Mm,
you try to relate something in your daily on your daily basis
mm.
work that you are doing. So I was able to do that, and I was
Nice.
able to correlate.
Very good, very good. So you are that attentive person in the class. Very good.
This time I was, while in the college I had not been.
Online classes are so convenient at the same time. Sometimes it's disturbing also because we being in a computer, we easily get distracted. We start browsing something or checking some emails. You easily get distracted. Staying focused for hours of class is not easy. So you've done a good job there. So what we'll do is we'll see his certificate. Here it is. Great. So now, Hitesh, when you got this certificate with your name, how many times you clicked and opened and viewed it first?
Absolutely,
Few times.
multiple times. Even when I got out from the from the room, they gave us the printed information that you have passed the examination. I
Uh,
looked into it twice, thrice. I also also send you a picture of it.
are you sure?
Uh,
Am I clear?
yeah. And I shared with my family also. I was super excited. But yes, this was
Yeah.
certificate something that I took this exam on 30th of December,
Yeah.
and I got this certificate a day, I think 2 days after, because
Mm.
there was a weekend and a year end as well.
Yep.
But yes, when I got this certificate, I was super happy.
So 1st of January, you could have got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1st of
So
January, early morning around 4 a.m., and I saw that email. I was woken up.
which means you didn't sleep the whole night. You were waiting for the
I
result
was not.
certificate.
Yeah,
Nice. That's a good way to start the year. Really, really nice. Good to
absolutely.
know. So, Hitesh, as we discussed, two things primarily we want to understand or address in this conversation. Reading. Now, classes going on, you keep listening for 35 hours, many subject content running through, you take notes, sometimes you get slides, sometimes you get PPT, all stuff that there. Now, that listening part, yes, it gives some knowledge, but that is not the only thing which can help you for examination. You have to spend some time on reading. Now, how you approach on the reading, what is your advice on reading?
Absolutely. So it does take time. And in your somebody who has uh, cleared graduation or post graduation like me,
Hmm.
17 years before, so it was quite difficult because right now we are into I'm into early 40s. I have other responsibilities as well.
Mm.
So family expectations are also different. I have two kids, so children were after me that okay, okay, Dad, you are not going to do this. I know you are not very studious.
God,
We are.
man, that's encouraging, huh?
So yes, in a way, they used to encourage me. They used to motivate me. But definitely, it is tough to get into a routine.
Mm.
But it is very good once you get into a habit of reading, because
Mm.
when you start learning the subject, start understanding the concepts, that's where your interest comes in. So initially I used to focus only on 30 minutes or 40 minutes on a stretch, but then I gradually and I think I remember you always keep telling us that once you fix the date, then
Mm.
see the magic start happening, and that actually does.
Mm.
I fixed the date for myself, keeping in my everything, planning in my place, like the work related and the personal life. I kept a timing, and then I started calculating how many hours I need to do, how many sets I need to revise.
Okay.
So that's when the magic start happening once you fix a date.
Okay, that's clear. So book reading can happen before that have a proper date in front of you. That's a goal. It should be clear. Now, when it comes to book reading, there are much of material available in the market. Sometimes we don't know, should I need to focus on this book or I have to go to all other books? So you had any set of things, this is the book you want to read?
Absolutely. So I was also one of the most confused student. I thought that I need to refer all thousand materials and then prepare myself for the examination.
Okay.
Although you have been very clear in the classes, and I have been listening all the success stories as well for ShriLearning, that the couple of books are enough, the Rita and the Agile Practice Guide.
Mm.
Although I had read those books earlier, and in totality I must have read around 3 or 4 times
Wow.
by the time I was ready for the examination. But again, I went through some of the concepts here and there on the Google or on the YouTube to take more understanding.
Hmm.
Okay, because I wanted to make sure that I should be ready for all the questions that may come up in the examinations,
Mm.
because
Mm.
I've not seen those examination. I've not been in that scenario. So I wanted to prepare myself. But at the end, what I realized, that two books are enough, the Rita and the Agile Practice Guide.
Mm.
Those two books are enough. And I would give my sincere advice, if somebody is watching, you know, or going through other reference material, you can refer it. It will definitely improve your understanding. But from the point of your PMP certification, that may not need, because The Bible is these two books only.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think that makes the job clear. People watching this video can be very streamlined, not to put their effort in different places. Okay, that's a good point. I think this is also like the goes like this, Hitesh. Like, see, I know you have 17 years of experience. While you read, you are able to connect. What if a person is having less experience, let's say 4 years or 5 years? Do you think still they can go with these two books or one book of Rita 11th edition? Can they get it?
Absolutely. I think Rita 11 is more comprehensive. It has
Mm,
got all the details of Agile and
mm,
the other
mm.
materials in it. But if somebody is new to Agile, then obviously they can refer the Agile practice
Practice
guide.
guide. Mm,
It is it is both the books are very simply written.
mm,
It's very common language. It's not too huge jargons.
mm.
So uh, these books are very helpful for anybody to grab the concepts. And
Nice.
PMP is about understanding the concepts, not
Exactly.
about mugging up.
Exactly. I think that's a key point, right? You're understanding the concept. Which book can help you to understand the concept? I think that's a good book. Okay.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Fantastic. Did you give party for your family after you cleared the examination?
absolutely.
You
Multiple
did.
times.
Not no escape,
Every
huh?
time. Yeah, every week, every weekend we are celebrating.
Wow, wow, wow. So your kids are inspired by your achievement?
Absolutely. Now,
Okay.
now they have stopped calling me that I cannot do it.
Now they'll be, wow, dad is rocking, huh?
Yeah,
That's a good feel. That's a good feel. So coming back on the other part, Hitesh, time management. When I say time management, two ways I'd look into. One is reading time. People don't know how long I should read. They read for 2 months, some read for 6 months. They read for 2, 3 months, and then they have a gap. They had a travel, office work. They didn't read for 2 weeks. They lost the rhythm. Again, they have to read. Okay, this is reading time. Then you'll go for the question answer time. I'll come to that. Before this reading time, how you manage your reading time? How many weeks you have to spend?
yeah. No, that's a very good point. I was in August batch, and my classes were completed somewhere in mid of September.
Hmm.
I could have given the exam in October or somewhere in November, but even that happened with me.
Hmm.
So I could not spend enough time onto the reading because I was very busy, both in my professional and personal life. So then I rescheduled my target,
Hmm.
and I spoke to myself that what may work for somebody else may not work for me.
Hmm.
So I customize my planning according to my situation.
Hmm.
But the key learning is the more you postpone it, the more time you're going to take it,
Hmm.
and you're you're going to probably get bored by again reading the same thing again and again.
True,
And
true.
you don't want to do that because it's such an interesting thing to do it,
Yeah.
and such a good achievement to have it. So it's better once the classes are over, or whatever preparations you are doing it,
Mm-hmm.
fix a date
Hmm.
and then go for it.
Hmm. Makes sense. Makes sense. I think what you're saying is Parkinson's law. The Parkinson's law mentions that work expands to the time.
Yeah,
If you give December 30, yes, you will do. If you give March 30, still you will do, which means you keep expanding, right? That's what I think I'm hearing
yeah,
from you. The more you
yeah,
drag, the more it goes.
yeah.
Okay. That makes very sensible point, like that. Now I'll move to the second part of it, which audience will be very interested, people watching this video. Question answering. Initially, when they start the preparation, they take 10 questions, 40 questions. By the time, they don't bother. They keep thinking and answering the questions. The system also don't bug you. The system will not bother you when you answer 10 questions, 10 to 40 questions, they leave it free. When you come to 60 questions answering, when you come to 180 questions answering, that is a full exam, now they start realizing time is crucial. What is happening here is the first 60 questions, they sit and think, and answer. They eat a lot of time. When they come to rest of the 120 questions or last 40 questions, they have to chase because you lost all your time in the beginning. Have you gone through this kind of problem?
Absolutely. And I was stuck into this problem after I had given after I had given two mocks.
Uh,
Yes, you're right. Like initially, when we start start understanding the mocks, our focus is on reading the questions, analyzing the questions, picking up the right hint, right information, where the question
mm,
is dragging into, like the past tense, future tense, or what is this related to, kind of a
yeah,
situation.
yeah.
Then our focus shift on to the timing part. So yes, once we get into that mode, then we start recording our time. And I also felt the same. Well, when I was giving full marks, my first mock I had 10 minutes to spare. In my second mock, I had to rush the last few questions. In a third mock, my mind was relatively very tired. Uh, and I messaged you also. You did say that my scores are pretty good. It's probably my mind is tired, and even I also felt that I was very exhausted. Then I
Mm,
shifted on to the 60 questions. But one thing that I thought, that I again spoke to myself, that how can I improve my time, because that time will remain there, right? Yeah, I need to work on it.
mm, mm,
Uh, so what I did was I utilized the same concept of 10 question each. So
mm,
I considered that three set at three different questions,
mm,
right? I focused on first 60 questions. Once I submitted, I forget about it.
mm,
And again, I broke those 60 questions into six pairs, six
mm.
buckets, right?
Wow, wow.
So I always used to focus on 10 questions.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I even I practiced this in the final exam. I started practicing, like when my 10 question is completed, I wrote down the time remaining left. So that
Oh.
helped me in my mind. Okay, now I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And by I always used to take it at 10 set each, and that really helped me in the final exams as well. Although I was not very good in the final, I had 5 minutes left, but I did not have to go back again into the first 10 questions.
Ah, okay, okay. I like that. So you divide the exam by 18 segments.
18 segments, yes,
Wow,
I had those
man.
18 segment listed on my sheet there,
Okay, you put tick,
the
tick, tick,
plastic sheet.
tick.
Yeah,
Okay.
I used to take and I used to mention how much time is left.
I like this idea. Probably we can propose this to people. I'm sure audience watching this is going to feel, wow, that sounds good, man.
Yeah, because I never wanted to feel that pressure of 180 questions. No, it is not 180 question. That is just 18 sprints that I need to complete.
Wow. Somebody
That's it.
said 15 minutes back, I thought Agile is a alien subject. Huh? That person name is called Hitesh. Now this person is saying now 18 iterations, sprint. Man, how you got influenced
Absolutely.
by Agile?
Absolutely. Yes.
Huh?
And that is why I would encourage everyone, whatever works for you, try
Hmm.
and customize the plan according to you. What
Hmm.
may work for me, that way may not work for anyone else.
Makes
Because
sense.
everybody has their own situation, their own experiences.
Yeah, yeah. That's a, I think it's a very valuable one. Two things I got on time about the book reading. Yeah. And the other one is all about the exam. Because if people can divide it, I think they know where they're losing their time, or at least they come back on track.
Mhm.
Because this is one of the concern I keep hearing from people. Shri, I lost my time. More than lost the time, what they see is a pressure. The last 30, 40 questions, they have a high pressure. So they don't read the question properly. They read here and there a few words and choose the answer. Out of 40 questions, if you make 25 questions wrong, you lost a big score, right? Big
Mhm.
scores can get, you did a good job in the first 140 questions. And the last 40 questions, you're losing a lot of score. This I keep seeing from people. Great, Hitesh. That's a very valuable input. Probably we can pass to the rest of the group people. Nice, nice. Good to know. The next question people love to hear in the group or in this YouTube channel or video is in exam, we know that predictive, adaptive, both are going to be there. However, we keep hearing that more of adaptive nature is coming in the examination. So, did you felt that in your exam as well?
Absolutely. I also felt that it
Uh,
was more of an agile.
mm,
And apart from that, it's more of an people management.
mm,
Um, Plus the questions were straightforward. It was
Mm.
not too difficult to read, too difficult to understand.
Mm.
But yes, the portion I felt that more of an agile.
Mm, very good, very good. Yeah, that's a point. What you said here is people. When you mean people, it would be like how the stakeholders work, how a team communicates, how a communication works. I believe they cover about stakeholder, team, communication, and some portion of leadership. Yeah, leadership related
Absolutely,
questions. Okay,
absolutely.
okay, okay. That's good to know. Good to know.
Because they really want
Fantastic.
to test you whether the I mean the candidate is ready enough to
Mm,
manage people. And that
okay.
does make sense when
Mm,
you
yeah,
look into the curriculum. It does make sense.
yeah,
They really want to test you, and I
yeah.
could feel that yes, they have really covered questions from all the topics. Very
Mm.
smartly they have covered all the topics, and somewhere the questions would be intermingled. You would never come to know whether this is from people domain, business, or process.
Yeah, true, true. They mix it, they blend it.
They mix it,
Perfectly.
yeah.
Yeah, that's well said. Well said. Good. How is it in your corporate? Do they know that you certified in PMP?
Oh yes, absolutely. I shared it with my manager, with the team as well,
Uh-huh.
and they were very happy, pleased to
Nice.
hear that. Yes.
Nice, nice. Some of them will start asking you, "Hey, how you cleared, man? I heard it's a tough exam." So that's
Yes, absolutely.
those
Yes,
are
yes, and
surprises.
absolutely. And I've a couple of them also referred to them. I'm not sure how eager they are for the
Yeah,
preparation, but
that's there.
yes.
That's there. See, this is not a movie, just you book a ticket, go and watch it. It is
Yeah,
it's a certificate, right? You have to have your time, that interest, and top of that, you have to spend some money as well. It doesn't come cheap because PMP has its own certification cost. So all three has
yeah,
to come together. Very good. Nice to know. Super Hitesh, first of all, coming up here, and I like the ideas what you said about the book reading. Don't get too much deviated. Focus, take one book or two book, read it completely, maybe more than once, read the book, right? And time management is could be a few weeks, few months, depending on your own lifestyle. You cannot compare with others. I think I like that
correct.
point. And the key point you mentioned here is have a goal. That is a date. If this day doesn't work, find another date, but have a date. Without a date, don't start your process. I think that's pretty clear. Third one is on the examination point. I liked it. Time management. Over a period of time, start practicing in a short cycle. Don't put
Yeah,
a very huge one, short cycle, maybe 10 questions. Some people can go for 15 also, 20 also, as you wish. But have something so that you don't get tired, exhausted. I think
yeah,
that's a very valuable point I heard from you. In exam, questions are being all mixed with all the areas, but still the people area, agile area, you feel that intensity is there in that segment.
yeah.
Mm,
That's correct.
very good, very good, very good. Super good. All right. So that's a good news from you, Hitesh. So exam is a good, doable as you practice well, and the audience can pick up something for them. Any other
Absolutely.
tips popping up in your mind?
I think I think it is achievable. If
Mm,
somebody is still struggling with the scores or with the time
mm,
management, you
mm,
need to understand, do a root cause analysis. Where is the gap?
mm,
Is it with the question readability or is it with the actual time management? You just need to understand the gap and you need to work on it. It is
mm,
achievable.
mm,
It is something that somebody cannot do it, but yes, definitely we need a strong determination for sure.
mm.
We need to stay away from a lot many personal items, even from WhatsApp or movies or etc. I had given up for last before 1 month before everything, no outings, nothing.
Okay.
So yes, that has paid well. So you need to give up for sure.
Mm.
You need to be in that student life,
Yeah,
how a student would study.
that's true.
Then only results would come up. But
Mm,
if you
mm,
think that is not achievable, that is achievable. And I would definitely refer someone if somebody is not somebody's confused where to go. So I think Shriram learning platform is it's a quite comprehensive package that you are offering, Shriram. I must admit that, because the kind of a support, 24 hours 7 support we get, plus the mocks question, that was really helpful to set
mm.
up in the tone, what we should expect, how we should answer.
Very good.
And of
Very good.
course, thanks for your motivation.
Thanks, Hitesh, for your trust and being with us. As I used to say that we can give a lot of things, advice, motivation, books, material, but somebody has to use it, right? If they don't use it, then it'll all go wasted. And I really appreciate you took that and utilized it. And rightly, you mentioned that this is achievable. And top of that, avoid some distractions. That's a very important point. So now you opened up all your account, right? Netflix, WhatsApp, Facebook. Now it's all open.
Absolutely.
Back on track.
No, but along with the plan. But
Plan.
this time I've already started exploring what next after achieving PMP because I don't want to stop it here.
Right.
I wish to
Very good.
learn new things as well.
Nice.
So yes,
Good to know. I
that's
I believe you are part of the Elite group, which we have already.
yes. Now I've
Okay.
been.
Okay. Be touch in a Elite group. In Elite group, I see people take some sessions themselves as a group where they
Sure.
get PDUs also for their future achievement for the PMP. I know
Yeah.
PMP is not the end goal. We have
Yeah.
more. You have more to learn for a job, for a domain. Many things can happen. So keep up that. All right. Once again, thanks a lot for coming up here, Ritesh. And thanks to all the viewers who watch this video. Give your likes, give your comments, and give your wishes to Hitesh. You can even ask questions, how this went on, how can I prepare? Hitesh gave a tip about dividing the segment. Probably you can put in the comment. You have any questions on that? Probably he can help or we can help you. I feel this community needs more help. It's not one person winning the game. Everyone has go together, then we achieve more. That's what leadership model is. All right, Hitesh, have a nice day and thanks for coming up here.
Thanks for having me here, Shri. Good day to
Great.
you. Bye.
Great.